Welcome to another episode of Lunch with the Shark. Join us as we dive deep into discussions about business, accounting, and finance to help you build a business that thrives. Now sit back and have a bite with your host, the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to a new edition of Lunch with the Shark. I am your host, Vidal the Shark CFO Espinosa. And how are you guys doing this amazing afternoon, Wednesday, September the 2nd, 2020? How things going? Did you guys had your goal setting meeting or exercise yesterday for the whole month of September? Did you guys review your goals? How are you guys doing for 2020? I hope you guys adjusted them back in March or at least on April, because obviously your goals might have changed. I think your goals, our goals in general, changed. They shifted. I just finished a meeting earlier today around, it was around 10:30ish that I finished it. And we were talking about how the company is doing and the realization from the client, the customer, that they have to include anything and everything that it's pending or might be pending in their books, because they wanted it to show a profit, and not that they're understating or misstating their financials, because they're not a public company, it's an internal financials. And I said, well, you know what, it's in the best advantage, it's in the best advantage for the owner to actually see the truth, the reality. Like, you know what, it's going to hurt nevertheless when you have to pay it, because the difference between the actual expense and when you have to pay it, it's cash flow impact. It's not going to be to your profit and loss. It's already there, it's already recognized. So I said, we actually had a class in university that it's called administrative accounting. It's not creative accounting, it's administrative accounting. It's part of the accounting process. It's duly acceptable to provision, to recognize. Actually, you must recognize those expenses when they are incurred, not when they're paid, based on the accrual accounting system. Now, if you're on a cash basis, then it's only everything that it's done through your bank account, your credit cards, and your cash drawer or your petty cash. It's only cash. So it was very interesting. I actually commented them that, you know what, for having gone through a restructuring on this time, on this era, you guys bounced back. You guys did not crumble. You pivoted, and now it's time to start growing. I said, it's better to recognize them, because it's going to help us go like this and then like this. But if we're going like this, oh, great numbers, and then all of a sudden we have a dip, what the hell? What happened? It's more complicated to explain that. So that takes me to my next comment, is like, this is one of the clients that we feel that they're our friends. They're already past the point of just being client, and they were one of the first clients that I actually, in front of my team, I said, hey, do you mind telling me how can I improve? Like, it's a very straightforward question, and we were discussing customer service for the last couple of days. And he said, in that original call, he said, you know what, this is what it is. So today he actually addressed it face on. Like, you know what, I've been thinking about the question you made. And to me, that actually, when he said that, to me was, you know, well, they do care. I feel really grateful that it's a question, but for him to have taken the time to think about it, and him addressing it, not me. I actually was not going to address it, because I was going to let them think about it a little bit more and was going to give them a couple weeks. But he said, you know what? I think that your customer service is at par. Your customer service is really, really great, uh, close to excellent. The only thing that I would say to improve is the only thing I told you back then, but last week, is you are at such executive level that sometimes, not sometimes, most of the times, you just go straight to the solution, straight to 1, 2, 3 comments, very little comments, and that's it. My input to you is please expand. Please tell us a little bit more. Like I know that you just think like very like this. You're an accountant, even though you are outside of the box, but your answers are black or white, which we appreciate. But just make sure your responses are at our level. That's amazing feedback. That is amazing feedback. We all know that good customer service is critical to the lifeblood of a business. But how do you know you are delivering good customer service? Ask. But what systems should be in place to really determine you are measuring your customer service? What standards should you have? What is good customer service? Have you asked yourself that? Have you really, do you really know what good customer service is? Do you measure customer service inside your company? Do you really know if you are delivering good customer service to your clients? Harvard researchers did an analysis, a study. You know that Harvard and those universities, they analyze and study and dissect everything in business, in life, in health. Well, Harvard Business did an analysis, okay? And I'm gonna debunk the idea that our customers do not tell us the truth. I'm gonna tell you examples. When I had the restaurant, and this is true fact, this is the reality, okay? This is truth, okay? So customers, when you ask them, how are we doing? How was the service? From 0 to 1, from 0 to 10, blah, 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 blah. They are all going to tell you you're good. That's it. To your face. But go out of a restaurant, we be a friend of or whatever, they're actually going to tell them the truth. Why is that? Customers don't like to be seen in front of the business owners or business managers as assholes. Nevertheless, I would always come out to the tables when I was at the restaurant and ask them, hey, how are we doing? What do you think about the food? What do you think about the service? What do you think about your server? What do you think about this? Blah, 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 blah. And the way I asked them was, please tell me, please be honest, because we want to grow. When you open the door to actually accepting what the customer is going to tell you, you actually grow. But when you create a survey that is very general, please tell me how we're doing from 1 to 5. 5 being outstanding, 0 being lousy. They're just going to go all the way on 4s. They're not going to give you a 5. And you're going to be like, well, why didn't they give me a 5? I did everything right. You did everything wrong. Because you don't even have a way of measuring just 0 to 5. That's a survey that it's going to bounce up your freaking ego that your food critic already mentioned you being one of the top 5 restaurants in San Diego, a hidden gem. That's how we were classified, categorized as a hidden gem in University Heights, a hidden gem in San Diego. Amazing food. But we were not measuring how our true clients were feeling and doing about our restaurants. Good customer service, Nordstrom's. Nordstrom's has one of the top customer service in the nation. They are always willing to say yes every time. I don't know if you have heard about the story about the car tire that one of the managers accepted to be returned at one of the Nordstrom stores. It is true. A lady went to Nordstrom's store because prior to opening that Nordstrom store, it used to be a tire store. She explained to the manager that she had bought at that location that tire. The manager accepted the return. That is good customer service. You're going to say, well, it's not good customer service, it's PR, it's like they're trying to make everybody happy. That is good customer service. Do you even know the definition of customer service? What is customer service? Customer service, by definition, is the assistance and advice provided by a company to those people who buy or use its products or services. Do you even know when customer service starts? Customer service starts before that client becomes your client. Oh, how am I going to be able to provide them good customer service if they're not our client? The very first moment they find you online and your information is incorrect, that's already bad customer service. The very first moment that they send you a request through your Facebook or through your online presence, which is your website, and there's no response, that's bad customer service. But they're not even my customers. Well, that's bad customer service. You lost it. And guess what? Unhappy customers, unhappy clients are going to tell at least 10 people about their bad experience. That's a statistic, a real statistic as well. A satisfied customer, it's not going to tell anyone, period. Maybe one, that's it. So you analyze it. You pondered. So customer service starts from the very first moment a possible client might want to engage with your company for your product or service. Another example of good customer service, it's Dry Bar. I don't know if you guys know about Dry Bar. Dry Bar is a hair salon that only dries hair and combs it and fixes it up, and they have a bar. They actually have a bar. They serve alcohol. And their motto is that you can't replace a unique customer service experience. It's difficult. Once you fuck up, that's it. Maybe they'll give you another opportunity. Maybe somebody in your family or a friend of yours love the restaurant, but you had a very bad experience there. You're going to go because you were invited or your family wants to go or for some reason. But everything they'll do, you're going to analyze it or overanalyze it. And just for one little thing that you don't like about this new experience, it's already on the drain. Virgin Atlantic Airlines. To them, there's no such thing as bad customer service. They always trying to fix the problem that you tell them about. Period. Sapos. It's another company that we can identify with good customer service. But good customer service starts by empowering their employees to wow their customers. This is a very crucial piece of advice. Empower your employees to wow your customers. Well, I have to run this over to my manager. Are you a robot? Do you not have a brain? Can you think? Are you instructed not to think? People, customer service, it's all about thinking what you would do or what you expect if you were encountering the same solutions. I personally have had tremendous, horrible, bad customer service with a Mexican store, and I'm sorry, Palacio de Hierro. Fuck! I have had to bite my tongue off not to tell them what I was really thinking about. People, clients can notice your canned answers. Another bad experience for me, LinkedIn. Whew! We had requested 5 months ago or so to be live on LinkedIn. We send a message to LinkedIn, and somebody, I don't know if it was a robot or a real human being, somebody responded to me, and I replied to them and said, you know what, we have for numerous times requested authorization to be live on LinkedIn. And their response was, oh, we apologize, blah, 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 blah. We've been very busy with work or with cases. And I said, I understand the situation. I understand that you're probably short on staff as well. The response was the same. So I was like, dude, please stop sending me canned answers, canned responses. Please, I want to interact with a human. Well, I am a human, like I am, and the same freaking canned answer. Dude, do you know that? Do you think as a company that's good customer service? Canned answers, canned responses to something that the other person, the other party, it's having concerns about? No, that's not good. Another example of good customer service, Safe Light Auto Glass. Here in the US, they can actually come to your house, come to your office, wherever you are, and this company will change your windshields. If they have a crack, they're broken or whatever, and they'll take it up with the insurance company, right? Their motto is customer service, it's a team sport. Team. If you empower your employees to give good customer service to your client, that's a team. That's a great formula. USAA. They actually also start from their employees. Treat your employees as your first customer. Oh, my employees, they're here. They owe me everything because I pay them. I feed them. Dude, if that's your thinking with your employees, what do you think about your customers? Starbucks. Focus on setting customer service standards. Actually, what they do, it's what we've been saying here over and over. Put yourself in your customer's shoes. In the kitchen, in my restaurant, would you eat this dish that you're serving our guest? Yes or no? Not maybe. Yes or no? Would you accept what you're delivering if you were the client? Objectively. Yes or no? To truly have your business thrive and be successful, you have to be clear to your team on what you consider good customer service. Period. Do you really know what good customer service is? This is what I think good customer service is. Good customer service is somebody listening to your complaint and not being condescending by saying, oh, I fully understand your situation, but no, don't be condescending. We are not in the business of being condescending when it comes to customer service. If you really don't understand, or you cannot be on their position, say it. You know what? I really don't understand what you're going through, but let me see what I can do. Honest expectations, clarity. Don't try to do everything. That's good customer service. Empathy, not condescending. As a business owners, you need to make sure you're able to measure good customer service. Good customer service. So how can you measure good customer service? What can you do? I'm going to tell you 5 things or more, maybe. We'll start with 5 to measure good customer service. First of all, speed. The average time until your customer receives the first answer to an inquiry. The issue is not necessarily solved by then. It's simply when customers know that someone has heard them. Do you know, and we came out we put this statistic up on our Instagram, I think, that you have 80% higher probabilities of closing a new client if you respond to any inquiry within the first 30 minutes of them reaching out to you. Are you willing to implement that speed of acknowledgement? It's a procedure. It's a simple procedure of creating a response. Tailor it clearly. Don't make it sound canned. People, your clients and customers nowadays are fully aware of this is a canned response. We hate, as customers, you might hate it as well, freaking canned responses. It's not a human responding or answering. It's a freaking computer answering to their concern or their question or their inquiry. Right as if you were receiving this message. Isn't that simple? Don't be trying to be that like, oh my Mr. blah 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 blah, yada yada yada. Like, who cares? Really? Mr. Full, like do, very hype. Like, I freaking don't care if you call me, hey dude. Be honest, be truthful, be yourself, be real on the responses and the speed that you answer. Accessibility, the effort on the scale you define it took for customer to solve their problem or have their question answered through your service. Accessibility, be willing to hop on a phone call with that customer to solve the issue. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I already got their money. That's how we felt with several people that we've hired lately. We don't care. We got your money already. Fuck you. I'll answer when I can. Expectations. Clearly set expectations. You know what? I'll send you this document as soon as I can within the next 2 hours. By 1:30. I'm done. I won. I'll hop on that as soon as possible. Overpromise, Sorry. Under promise, over deliver. Added value, perception, friendliness. Although this is subjective, it gives you an idea on if your customer service representatives are nice. You can measure this with a follow-up survey. I think I mentioned it lately. Don't make your problems your customers' problems. One of the issues that I had with Palacio de Hierro was that they actually messed up the address where they were going to send a purchase. And they said, oh, well, my logistics department input your information incorrectly. Well, why is that my problem? Well, I sincerely apologize. I know what you're going through. Really? You know what I'm going through? Interesting. Please tell me how I'm going through. You see? Well, my logistics department must send me. Do you know what? I really, as a customer, don't care about your internal process. Let me tell you, do you know what, XYZ client, my internal process for accounting is this and this and this. And I really don't care. I pay you to give me financial statements. I pay you to give me advice. I pay you to read me my financials. I really don't care where do you pull them from. I really don't care what you need to do to prepare them. I give you the information, you give me financials. Simple. Your clients should not become a problem to your problem. Period. Follow up with those customers, those clients, after you have resolved the problem. Ask them, really ask them the hard questions that you might know the answers to, but you need to hear them from them and accept them as valid. Accept them as valid criticism for you to grow. Remember, they're not after you. This is not about you. This is not about you. Efficiency. Replies per issue. This metric tracks how many answers your team need to resolve an issue. Like, how many times can a client email you for the same issue? That's a problem. If your client needs to email you 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times for just one issue, there's something completely wrong. There's a huge gap of communication internally about this, about any problem. Any problem could be resolved with 1 or 2 emails. Most problems, most customer service problems are due to communication. And number 5, referrals. How likely will the person refer your company to someone else? This can be done through a question with the client on the phone or post email survey. You know when is the best time to request a customer for a review and referrals? You guys know? It's right after they sign on that dotted line in their agreement or after they've given you their first payment. That's when they are your most loyal customers. Right there, at that moment, you should request for a review, pull out your cell phone and say, hey, do you mind if I record this, a testimonial of your experience with us so far? They're going to give you the best testimonials that are out there on the internet. Hey, do you mind recommending us to 5 of your friends? They're going to pull out their cell phones and they're going to give you 5 numbers. They're hype. It's a sugar rush. You're not doing anything wrong. I hope you've taken some nuggets from today's Lunch with the Shark. I want to invite you tomorrow to our webinar that we're presenting, Think Your LLC Has You Covered? Have you made this costly mistakes? Do you have an LLC or not? You should join us. It's a free webinar. We are going to talk about how is your LLC not protecting you? What are you doing to mess up your LLC? And how can we help you correct it? That's simple. It's just pure information. Pure information that you're going to be able to take and implement directly on your company to sort of mitigate any possible impact, negative impact that you can have. Register at invictus-advisors.com/webinar. You're seeing the link there. Come, it's free. 11 a.m. We're gonna have fun. We might talk a little bit about certain items, but what I would love is to actually make it sort of interactive, where you ask me your questions, because most of us are going to have the same concerns and questions. It's not rocket science, trust me, and we might be all doing the same shit. Also, make sure you follow us on social media, Invictus Advisors, on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. Make sure you liked our Lunch with the Shark in Spotify. This is super exciting that we are at Spotify, where other business coaches and people are there. We love that. It's super cool. LinkedIn, please follow us on LinkedIn, Invictus Advisors, or even myself, Vidal Espinosa, and we can connect through there. Also, send us your questions, your comments, your concerns to schedule a 15-minute consultation with someone in my team, or I can even answer the phone, invictus-advisors.com/shark, and we'll try to give you tons of nuggets and try to solve some of your issues. We won't be able to solve all of them, but at least I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to say it as it is. I'm going to shake you. You might cry. I apologize, but truth hurts. And today's quote, it's from actually one of my favorite ice creams. I love their Sherry Garcia. It's from Ben & Jerry's co-founder, Ben Cohen. And he said, there is a spiritual aspect to our lives. When we give, we receive. When a business does something good for somebody, that somebody feels good about them. It's not all about you. It's not about you. It's been great seeing you today. Be safe. Bon appetit. Ciao.
Thank you for listening to Lunch with the Shark. If you would like to set up a consultation with the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa, visit his website www.invictus-advisors.com, and don't forget to subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn.